Hey, I was worried for a second there. That's sounding not too bad. Choke must be on. Let's see what happens. It'll probably lose its idle when choke cuts off. Oh, that sounds nice. Smooth, no exhaust issues. Let me see where the oil drop is. I think the choke's still on. I think, I don't know. So it's not enjoying revving at the moment. If the choke's on, that's fine, that will explain that. I'm going to let that sit for a few minutes, let it drain fully. It is quite dark. Yeah, it's quite dark. I mean, not shocking, but quite dark. I'll just let it drip for a bit and I'll lift it up in a minute. I might hit this exhaust with my chrome cleaner while we're waiting. See if we can make it a touch neater. Well, it will actually. So I'm gonna just dispose of this oil, and put it in a tub. And if you remember, the slide wasn't very loose on that carb. What I might need to do, what I should do, is pop it all off again and actually take the diaphragm out as well. It really wouldn't hurt to do it all again. Make sure it's sliding properly. There's a way of testing that, by the way. I'm going to try and do it now. I'm going to pop the airbox off if I can, and then lift the slide by hand. And if it revs more freely and happily, then we know that the slide is a bit of an issue. I'm just making sure that Anthony sees me put oil in this bike. Good. That's a bit higher, but once it circulates, it will drop anyway. So that's good. We'll recheck that after it's ran again. It was definitely stuck seized again when I grabbed it, and the natural air isn't going to do it. So we've got to get it off and give it a clean. It has to be sliding freely. It will just not run right otherwise. Right, careful, because there's a spring in here, and you have to really look at the diaphragm and see if it's okay. Is it ripped? Right, look. Right, there's your spring. It doesn't look, it looks like it looks like there's a chemical on it. I need to give it a dry clean. I don't like it. I don't like the look of that. Also, what's holding the needle down? Oh yeah, the clip. Let me give the needle a good clean. I'm going to give this all a good clean, but we've got to be careful with the rubber. This doesn't sit right with me. It seems right. So we've got to give it a good clean with something that won't shrink it. There's no rips in it. I might just give it a dry clean. I'm going to clean all of this properly, all of this again as best as I can. It is sticky actually, it is sticky. I'll spray carb cleaner down here, that's fine. And I'll give the needle a clean because that's also a bit gummy. Not necessarily going to film this, guys, but that's what I'm going to do. So I've done my best. Let's see if this feels a bit easier. There was definitely gunk in there. It was definitely sticky. It should feel better. Right, let's get you seated. Make sure the diaphragm is in its seat, like this, so that the lid. Not sure how easy it would be to get a specific Kymco carb for this with that side piece. My guess is you probably can't very easily. Let's hook it all up, fire up. Now again, we need to let the choke do its thing first. It's not far off. You know something else that can cause them symptoms is a dirty spark plug. Let me pop it and clean it. So spark plug is clean. Cleaning a spark plug doesn't always solve issues, guys. You do get bad spark plugs. So I'm going to attempt it, because if it's really sooty, you might lose a bit of spark. But I'm going to put it in, see how if it revs. My next step after this is to pop the cover off and see if it revs better without any air filter. Right, let's fire it up. It's unlikely to have solved the issue. Again, wait for the choke to do its thing. You can't really test a throttle response with a choke engaged, and it's an electric choke, so it works by heat. Okay, so we found our problem. The air box isn't sealing enough, maybe? That's really interesting. It needed more air restriction to rev fully. Or up jetting, maybe? I could throw in some new jets. It appeared to be sealed.